We've all seen those images, right? The shouting matches, the walkouts, the chaos inside India's parliament. It almost feels normal. But what if I told you that this political theater is just the surface of a much deeper, more dangerous crisis for the world's largest democracy? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at what's really going on and why it matters to every single one of us.
Okay, let's jump right in with a number that tells a huge story. Back in the 1950s, Parliament would meet for about 130 days a year. Now, it's down to around 60. That's less than half the time. And believe me, this isn't just a scheduling issue. It's a massive red flag, a symptom of a problem that's been brewing for years.
So before we can really diagnose the problem, we need to be clear on what a healthy parliament is even supposed to do. What's the ideal blueprint? What's the job description?
At its core, Parliament is the engine room of Indian democracy. You've got two houses, the Lok Sabha, the House of the People, where members are directly elected by you and me, and then there's the Rajya Sabha, the Council of States, which represents India's diverse states. Together, their job is to be the supreme lawmaking body for over 1 billion people.
But here's the crucial thing. It's not just a factory for making laws. It has these 4 really important jobs. Yeah, lawmaking is one. But it also has to approve the entire national budget, hold the government accountable for its actions, and maybe most importantly, be the place where the voices and concerns of ordinary people are supposed to be heard loud and clear.
So what happens when that engine room starts to sputter and seize up? When thoughtful debate, deliberation, gets replaced by just noise and disruption? Well, the data paints a pretty grim picture.
And this table right here, wow, it shows you just how bad it's gotten. It's not just that they're meeting less. Look at the other numbers. The number of bills sent to expert committees for a detailed look, that's dropped from over 60% down to less than 30. And the national budget, the country's finances, is often passed with little to no debate at all. This isn't just one problem, it's a total system failure.
And things aren't just slowly getting worse. They've hit a historic low. The most recent Lok Sabha was officially the shortest sitting full-term parliament since 1952. Think about that. This isn't a gradual slide anymore. It's starting to look like a nosedive. And that has huge consequences for how the country is run.
So the big question is, who's to blame for all this? Is it the government's fault? Is it the opposition? Well, the truth is, it's not that simple. It seems like the responsibility is shared. It's a complete breakdown of the system.
It's become this really toxic, vicious cycle. On one side, you have governments accused of a bulldozing style, just forcing laws through without listening. So what does the opposition do? Feeling ignored, they turn to disruption as their main tool. And all of this is amplified by a media that loves the drama, creating this endless feedback loop of dysfunction.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the deadlock. One side is blamed for stifling debate, and the other for replacing that debate with pure obstruction. It's the perfect description of this tit-for-tat dynamic that has paralyzed Parliament, where the only real loser is productive discussion.
Okay, so this all might sound like a bunch of political drama happening far away in New Delhi. But this chaos has real-world costs that actually affect every single citizen. Let's talk about why this matters to you.
It's really like a domino effect. It starts with the shouting and the disruptions in the House. That means there's no time for proper debate or expert analysis, which leads to the next domino. Flawed, poorly thought-out laws get passed. And the last, most dangerous domino to fall, public trust in the entire democratic system begins to wear away.
And the damage is widespread. Remember those core functions we talked about earlier? Accountability, representation? Well, they get completely hollowed out. The government's power goes unchecked, the voices of smaller parties and entire regions get drowned out. And MPs can't even do their basic job of representing the people who voted for them. So, is the situation hopeless? Is it all broken beyond repair? Well, not necessarily. Experts have actually come up with a pretty clear blueprint for how to fix the noise and bring some order back to the House. Let's look at the solutions. First up, it's about changing the rules of the game. This means creating a formal code of conduct that everyone agrees on with clear, consistent penalties for breaking the rules. And here's a really smart one. Guarantee the opposition specific days to control the agenda. Why? Because if they know they have a dedicated time to be heard, the need to shout and disrupt goes way down. Another big fix is incredibly simple. Legally require more sitting days. Just look at the gap on this chart between where we are now, at about 60 days, and a proposed minimum of 100 or 120. Making this a legal requirement would force Parliament to actually schedule enough time to get the country's work done properly.
And finally, it's about doing the homework before the fights even begin. This means making it mandatory for all major bills to be reviewed by expert committees, and it means the government should talk to everyone involved, stakeholders, other parties, before a bill is even introduced. It's basically about preventing the chaos before it starts.
Because in the end, fixing this isn't just about rules and calendars. It's about rebuilding a political culture where conversation is actually valued more than conflict, where debate wins out over disorder. And that leaves us with one final, really big question, one that gets to the very heart of this entire experiment. Can a democracy truly function without conversation?